Hello, welcome to Vibe Trading. So today being the 15th of May, we are going to be having the stock market weekly review. So we're going to dive in and kind of like look at what happened in the stock market over the week. As we know that the stock market closed a little bit higher this week, even though we have a very negative headline in between the week about the economy. It kind of affected the market, but still the market overall closed a little bit higher. So let's quickly go in and just look at some of the ETFs, and that's kind of keep tracks of the market and some of the things we normally look when we try to invest or trade the market. So we are going to start with SPY. That's the S&P 500 that tracks the top 500 company in America. So I am just going to go with my yearly chart here. If I go with my yearly chart, we can see that at the beginning of the week, when we got that negative headline, we can see that the market sold off. There was this sell-off from this point down to this level. So, but the market picked back up because we have this support level. The market picked back up and it's making its way back. That's to tell you that the buyers came back in and they buying back the market. They pushing the price to the upside. Okay. So our next level now will be, like I said, the next level we're going to be looking to go is this level here. That will be the 293 level. But ultimately, this is where we should be thinking of going, the 300 level. That's where my next target is. That's where I'm looking at the market will go test. So, but overall, we just need to keep a close eye on it and just see what it's going to do. So let me just kind of take you down to a shorter time frame so we can be able to see what happened in the last 5 days. So we're going to go to our 5 days, 5-minute chart and just see what happened here. If you look from here, this is what happened as of Monday. We were trading at the 295 level. So when we got those news, we traded all the way down to the 272. That's the lowest we went this week. So if you look now, the market got to this level. That's a support level right here. And what happened was the market is picking back up again. So the market is beginning to go back up again as a result of buyers coming into the market, taking advantage of this level we are right now. So if you can look, so the market now is trying to go back to where it's been before. And where has it been? That's the 295 level, and that's what it's trying to do here. Because if you can see, when we had that sell-off down to this level, the market bounced back and it's beginning to pick up back. Okay, so looking at that, let's look at gold, because the gold climbed this week as a result of the sell-off we had in stock. So the gold was moved higher this week. And if you look at gold, this is gold. This is the ticker symbol right here. If you look at gold, you can see that gold moved from 158. It was trading. It went to 164.8. So that's to tell you that it had a pretty good week. And from all look of things, gold had a very good week. If you had bought some of the gold, you can be able to hedge, like I've talked about in my previous video. If you haven't seen the previous video, I talked about how investors, they try to hedge by buying gold and buying bond and just diversifying their portfolio so that they can be able to catch every move the market is making. And that's exactly what we've seen here. We've seen that the gold made this massive move this week. if you had participated, or if you had invested in some of the gold, you would have been able to catch that move. So let's go to the yearly chart. Let's just look at the yearly chart. If we look at the yearly chart from the last video I talked about, and I talked about this is that resistance level, gold was facing this resistance level, and I talked about it was trading in a channel, or it was trading in a range. This is the line I draw. Whenever it goes to this level, it hit that resistance level, it's gonna sell off and come down to this support level. But finally this week we broke this level. So now the question is, what's next coming up? What's next coming? What's gonna be next for gold? Two things are gonna happen. As we can see, it's having a little bit of pullback right here, but come Monday, if the overall market continue to sell off, what's gonna happen is gold is gonna continue making some higher high and higher low to the upside. But if come Monday, if the market try to regain back, what's gonna happen is we're gonna see some pullback in gold. So we have to keep track of these two. We have to keep track of gold, and we also have to keep track of the S&P 500 or the SPY. It's still the same thing. Okay. So let's also look at TVIS. Let's look at TLT. That's the bond, the 20-year bond. So if we look at the 20-year bond, the 20-year bond also made some move, like I said, because the market was down this week. Look at that sell-off, and if you look right here, you can see that the market is the bond was made some move to the upside this week, and but it still has this resistance level right here. I don't know if it's gonna be able to break that level, but we're just gonna keep a close eye on it and see what it's gonna do come this week. And that resistance level we have is the 170 level. So let's look at the 5-minute chart and kind of see 5-minute 5-day chart. If you can look right here, you can see that this is where we made that move from. The lowest we traded was 162, and the market just went all the way to 168.81 cents. So that's a big move we've seen so far. Okay. Let's also look at TVIS. TVIS is just it's the velocity that's that kind of helps us keep track of how fast the market is moving, but it's also the inverse of the SPYs or the S&P 500. So when the TVIS moves, when the overall market is down, TVIS tends to go up, and that's what we've seen here. If you can see, we traded to the 131 level, and we went all the way to 238. That's a big move this week. That's the highest it went this week. So it's just an inverse of the overall market. So now, let's just go ahead and look at the yearly chart and just see what exactly is happening. Okay, when we look at the yearly chart, here is that resistance level. It's having trouble to break, but from all look of things, you can see that it made the move to this level, and it's beginning to sell off. It's just hanging right here below the 20-day moving average. So come Monday, we're gonna see if it's gonna continue the move to the upside, or it's just gonna continue pulling back. So we just gotta keep track of this. We just gotta keep track of TVIS, keep track of the S&P 500, and also know what's happening with gold and also bond. One more thing before we go, let's look at the oil, because oil, the crude oil is regaining back its ground after the losses it had from previous week. And let me just go ahead and clear this chart so we can have a very good vision of what's going on. All right, I talked about this level. This is that level I was talking about. I said as soon as you break this level, right now I can tell you that the oil is in stage 2. And where do I see the oil going at this point? I'm gonna tell you where I look forward to seeing the oil to go, and that will be I look forward to seeing the oil going to the 33 level, because it's already broken this stage 2 right here. We just need more buyers to come in, coming into the markets, and try to take over this move. But before it goes to this level, I'm kind of seeing some activities at this level, the 25.77 level. That's the resistance level. That's the next move. That's the next target where I see it going to before any other thing. So, well, I want to thank you for staying till the end of this analysis for this week. It's been a great week so far, even though we had a negative news in the middle of the week that kind of drive the overall stock market down. But the market regained back its ground, and at the end of the week, the market ended a little bit higher. So I want to thank you for staying till the end, and if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, why don't you consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and also click the like button, and hope to catch you in the next video. Bye.